Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. A vehicle check in Landers led to the arrest of a convicted felon allegedly under the influence of drugs and in possession of a loaded weapon. On Friday at around 2:10 a.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies conducted a vehicle check on a car parked in the open desert near the intersection of Rishi Road and Goat Mountain Road in Landers. Deputies say they saw the driver of the vehicle slumped over in the seat of the car. They contacted the driver, who they identified as James Johnson, 32. Deputies say they searched Johnson and the vehicle and found a loaded pistol and suspected methamphetamine. Deputies said that Johnson appeared to be under the influence of methamphetamine. As a convicted felon, Johnson is prohibited from possessing any weapon or ammunition. James Johnson was arrested on suspicion of being a felon in possession of a weapon, possessing a loaded weapon while under the influence of a drug, carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, and an outstanding misdemeanor warrant for driving without a license. He is being held at the West Valley Detention Center on $40,000 bail. The National Weather Service has issued an extreme heat warning for our area that goes into effect today and will remain in place until Monday night. They say that dangerously hot conditions are expected and temperatures are predicted to peak at 116 degrees in 29 Palms. The 29 Palms Senior Center operates as a cooling center most weekdays. It is located at 6539 Adobe Road in 29 Palms. For more information, you can call 760-361-1410. The town of Yucca Valley will be continuing their standard cooling protocols, offering town offices open during normal business hours with lobby areas to accommodate those wishing to get out of the heat. The Yucca Valley Community Center is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The High Desert Nature Museum is open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Libraries county-wide, including the Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, and 29 Palms branches, are all open as cooling centers during normal business hours, Monday through Thursdays and Saturdays. In Landers, Belfield Hall announced that they will remain open as a cooling center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Monday. The Belfield Hall Cooling Center is on Rishi Road, 1 block east of the Landers Post Office. Because the Landers Cooling Center relies on evaporative cooling, it is not officially sanctioned by the county nor Southern California Edison. Organized by the Landers Homestead Valley Association, the Landers Cooling Center offers complimentary cold drinks, free Wi-Fi, and the admissibility of leashed pets. They have a free shuttle service. For information about arranging a ride to Belfield Hall, call 760-449-4048. This year's Independence Day celebrations in Yucca Valley were moved up a day due to a shortage of skilled fireworks operators. During a recap of the event at this week's town council meeting, council members discussed the possibility of making the move permanent. Online news editor Robert Hayden has more.
At Tuesday's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting, Recreation Coordinator Tommy Jones gave a recap of the town of Yucca Valley's Independence Day celebrations held on July 3rd this year. It was also held at the high school stadium and coincided with the start of the Yucca Valley Summer Concert Series. The high school is a temporary site as the Yucca Valley Aquatics and Recreation Center is the planned location of Independence Day celebrations moving forward. Holding it at the high school this year cost the town about $14,000 in additional resources as they had to outsource stage building on the artificial turf field. The cost of the fireworks show was half covered by the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians as well. This year, the fireworks show went off on time and in spectacular fashion at 9 p.m. sharp and featured a patriotic music background provided by Z107.7. The festivities did a lot to erase the memory of the debacle last year as the fireworks vendor Pyro Spectaculars failed to launch the show on time, resulting in an abbreviated show and a lot of disappointed residents. Not the case this year, but the town still has a credit for a free fireworks show in their pocket. What to do with it and when is another question. This year's celebrations were held a day earlier on July 3rd. A timing consideration as well as a pyrotechnician shortage caused the date change. And other than some confusion leading up to the event, turnout still appeared to be great, leaving the town council to consider keeping July 3rd as Yucca Valley's night of choice for fireworks. Councilmember Robert Lombardo spoke first, saying July 3rd celebrations allowed him to actually participate.
I always had a family obligation obligation to be somewhere on the 4th, and I missed a lot of the activities here in Yucca Valley. It was nice to be there for it this time.
Councilmember Rick Dennison agreed, saying that smaller towns like Yucca Valley didn't get access to, quote, prime resources.
But on the 3rd, we have a ton of bandwidth to really bring the best show possible. And next year, it'll be at the Aquatic Center, or Brem Park as we call it, and it'll be on real grass. We won't have the limitations as far as access on and off the field. We have a beautiful area that we built, and I look forward to possibly, considering the 3rd as a regular date for us.
Food and drinks weren't permitted on the Yucca Valley High School's artificial turf field. Councilmember Jeff Droz also said the 3rd of July frees up the town from competing with the City of 29 Palms fireworks celebrations, and he also brought up the possibility of using drones for opening celebrations of facilities like the YV Arc rather than using fireworks. Drone shows have become more popular in recent years, especially as fire dangers persist and accidents happen. The 3rd of July celebrations were being held right next to the 5-acre property that lit off on the night of the Yucca Valley High School commencement last June. That fire was determined to be caused by fireworks detonating too close to the ground. Councilmember Droz also said holding it on July 3rd would allow folks with sensitive animals to be home with them on the 4th when many loud and illegal fireworks are used. Mayor Pro Tem Jim Schooler says that he's heard similar feedback about the July 3rd date and said it could be a good setup for the future. He also thanked Miss Yucca Valley and her court who were on the field helping out in the celebrations that night. The report was just a file and receive, meaning that no decisions on drone shows or moving the date would be made that night. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Yucca Valley Film Festival is now accepting submissions for its 8th annual event. The popular showcase for national and international films continues to grow, and as the film expands its reach, they want to encourage local filmmakers to be an even larger part of the event. Filmmakers from the Morongo Basin and beyond are invited to showcase their work on one of the desert's most visible creative stages, and the festival has announced that all local filmmakers can submit their work for free. As they do every year, they are calling on local filmmakers to submit their music videos, documentaries, experimental films, short films, and drone films. With more about the festival, here's Hillary Sloan.
Since its 2018 launch, in collaboration with the town of Yucca Valley, the Yucca Valley Film Festival has grown from an idea into a nationally recognized event. Festival founder Matt Boudoir says community support was immediate.
We were very happy to see that on the first day of the very first festival, it was a sold house. So it was really a joy to witness the birth of the Yucca Valley Film Festival.
In recent years, the festival has expanded its national reach. This year's festival is scheduled for November 6th through November 8th. Programming typically features 40 to 70 short films, each under 20 minutes. Submissions are now open, and Boudoir says local filmmakers are especially encouraged to participate.
There's a lot of movies, there's a lot of opportunities, and we really want to support local filmmaking and local filmmakers. And it could be any genre and any form. It could be narrative, it could be fiction, it could be documentary, it could be music video, it could be dance.
Films made in the desert or created with desert-based collaborators are also considered local. Student filmmakers are another growing focus. The festival is seeking to build stronger partnerships with local school districts, Copper Mountain College, and regional education programs throughout San Bernardino and Riverside counties. Submissions close at the end of September. For more information, visit yuccavalleyfilmfestival.com. For Z107.7 News, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
And finally, since June 22nd, 61 Morongo Basin kids have been learning music, lyrics, lines, and choreography as they get ready to perform Disney's Alice in Wonderland Junior as part of Theater 29's Summer Youth Theater program. The directors, choreographers, and even some of the stars of the show will join host Gary Daigneault on tomorrow's episode of the Z107.7 Up Close show. You can tune in Friday at 10 a.m. to hear the next generation of theater performers live in studio. Performances are set for July 23rd through 26th, and tickets are now available at theater29.org. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmetz.